Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I was waiting for it to run out. Hi there, welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Elite Chicken.
I'm Oak
Grif.
Tree.
I didn't have myself muted this time, but Oak Tree stole my thunder.
And I'm Baka.
There he goes.
We really got to come up with an order in which we need to do that.
Yeah.
I know, right?
There
I'm usually first, but since Chicken's hosting the thing, so.
Hey, Bald.
You know.
Bald.
Bald.
I said Bald.
Yeah, I was like, did he just call me bald? What's the deal? I mean, really, come on.
Starting off.
Did you see Volt's here? Did you see Volt's picture, by the way, Oak? I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but Ollie's like, I was streaming and Ollie's like, is Volt at a baseball game with Oak? And I was like, I don't think so. They don't live in the same state. Why? And he's like, did you see the picture on Twitter? And like right in front of her at the baseball game, and it's an Orioles-Angels game, so you would have wanted to go anyway, is this bald head in the picture. She's like,
that's awesome. That's so awesome.
It looked like you. Could have been you.
Probably was. I just didn't even know I was there.
Yeah, secretly. Those were some good seats. You'd know if you were there.
I was so hammered that I didn't even know that I was there.
That you like flew to California and watched a baseball game and came back.
Yes. That's
Damn.
No memory of it whatsoever.
That's
impressive.
right.
Well, let's just hope you weren't driving.
No, I was flying. So you know.
Somebody had to drive you to the airport.
They got taxis there. We're good.
I walked. The airport's like an hour's drive away from here, but I walked.
That's where I am.
You started on Thursday.
Yeah. It was a scout. Yeah, I'm not a scout for them. That's the way it works. Hey, No Pants, how are you, buddy?
Hey, No
What's up,
Pants?
No Pants?
How you doing?
Again, we're doing this live, so anybody who's listening to the audio of this later, one, that's why there's a change in the audio quality, and two, that's why we're addressing people that you have no idea who they are. Or we probably do know, by now.
And we are trying to do this on a regular schedule. Reason we did it back to back is because of mainly my schedule, the way mine is in real life. And so every other week or so we will do this, and then other than that, you get just me and Griff. And I know you enjoy
week.
your
you know
time
what? Let's just do it.
I don't care. We'll do it every week. I don't care.
Well, see, every week means that I don't have to. It's not as intensive with the editing for me because it's live, and so I don't have to, cut as much.
Yeah, we will have to figure out the audio though. I think you guys are going to be a lot louder than me this time around.
That's okay. I can tweak it, and as we tweak it, we'll figure out what we need to do. This is all a learning experience, and you guys get to be part of it. So enjoy that.
All right.
We're doing great. So start off as usual. What's everybody playing? Baka, let's start off with you since you're in the top part of the screen.
Because I'm awesome. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Actually been playing a lot of Ark with Chicken and Red.
Yes.
Ark is the dino survival. Tell us what Ark is. Because, I'm basically going to screw it up because I thought it was cavemen, and apparently you're not.
Aliens.
Yeah, kind of like History Channel. Aliens.
I love that guy. You shut up.
Giorgio. It's weird that I know his name.
Yeah, it's a survival style type game where there's lots of dinosaurs and lots of annoying bugs. God, I hate the bugs.
Bald said she can barely hear you, buddy.
I know, I'm turning myself up. There we go.
Yep.
So what about the bugs?
I hate bugs.
Yeah, bugs are a nuisance. Like, you'll be out farming, gathering berries, doing whatever, gathering materials that you need, and all of a sudden, look, you've got 5 or 6 bugs surrounding you and going, hey, look, you look mighty tasty, we want to kill you. Chicken has lost his body and died to them. I have died to them. I don't think Red's died to them yet. Red died to drowning.
Yes.
He drowned?
Oh my! He died last night trying
Can
to
not
help
swim?
us. You can,
You
but when
can
you run out
swim.
of stamina, you can't. Basically, you just kind of start flailing. And since he couldn't climb or swim up, he was walking across the bottom of the lake and drowned. He ran out of oxygen.
Yeah, instead of, making sure he has full stamina before going through the river and trying to swim through it, he decided, well, he's going to, run and then, run through the water and then, have no stamina and just go...
And he did not make it to the other side, unfortunately.
And failure. Drown, my friend. Drown.
Yep.
But you guys
And I got killed by a alpha raptor earlier, too.
Oh, are they big? Chickens seemed to think that they were
They're a little bit bigger than normal, but they're also like super fast.
And they glow, so you can tell.
They're like
Must
the
mean they're
Flash.
dangerous. I heard that you've been naming your pets, your dinos, because you can tame them, right? You've been naming them
Yes.
after people in chat. How many people in chat do we have dinosaurs named after?
Snitty is my man. Snitty is the boss. He kills all the bugs for me, and I wish there was a Snitty in chat. Like, I can't give him enough credit. He kills all the bugs and he eats them. He has my back all the time. I don't go anywhere without him anymore. The one time I did, I got slaughtered by like 18 bugs. So I don't go anywhere without my Snitty now. The guy is way too important.
Everybody has their own personal Snitty. Is that how this works?
No,
No.
no. We have just the one Snitty. We also have 2 Parasaurs. One we got last night, and then the one that I tamed a day or 2 ago. We named that one Ducky from Land Before Time. So we named the other one Donald because it was a male. And then we have Lily and Red.
Which are the little Phiomias?
Something like that. They're like weird elephant
Anteater
dog
kind of
things.
things.
Yeah.
Elephant dog anteaters.
The weird looking things.
So, yeah, we got Lily, and then we tamed a male, and so I decided to name it Red before he actually bought the game, so that way I could ride Red around everywhere.
That's not weird.
Oh, damn.
I figured
might
he'd get a
appreciate
kick
that.
out of
I don't know.
things. Yeah.
I thought you got a dinosaur that you named Oliver. No?
Oh,
No, Oliver,
no.
Oliver died.
Ollie,
He got
did
killed by
Oliver
rabbits.
died?
Ollie passed away. He
No,
got killed by
Ollie died?
raptors.
No.
There was 2 raptors and a Dilophosaurus. They came and attacked our house, and Ollie
Sad.
valiantly fought, but he died after he laid an egg for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Like,
He,
came out randomly, and I was like, oh, look, there's a dinosaur egg. What? That's a treg. Why did Oliver lay an egg?
So that you would
He's-
remember him.
he's a male, by the way. So just to point that out, he was a male dino, and I'm confused as to
They
why he
adapt.
laid an egg.
They adapt. That's what it is.
That's right,
Life
frog
will find a
DNA.
way.
Frog DNA. They
right.
spontaneously change sexes in a single-sex environment.
Thank you, Jurassic Park. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Oh my
we have learned
god.
a lot.
Ark is actually I don't know if you guys heard or not, but they're looking at bringing Ark to Xbox One. I know it's an early access still, but apparently this December.
They have some things that they've got to work out, but I think it will be pretty good on an Xbox. But yeah, like I said, they've definitely got to finish optimizing it. I think because usually on consoles the settings will be like pretty solid. Like you can't change with the settings too much like you can on a
Right.
PC. So I think it may run smoother on the Xbox since they can set the settings and optimize for those specifically. I think it'll do pretty well.
That's
on
pretty cool.
console.
I'm looking forward to playing that actually.
Yeah, it's fun
just-
for sure.
Don't play
You
on
know,
a PvP server.
Don't
I'm trying to figure out what to name my dinosaur.
do not play on a PvP server. Oh,
Did you hear what
my
happened to them?
God.
What they,
Yeah.
what they did?
That's
Oh,
Okay.
you gotta hear this
All right,
story
all right,
because
here we
it's
go.
awful. It's
We were
awful.
playing. It was me, Baka, and one of our friends, Copenhagen. We are on. I just joined the server. I didn't even realize it was PvP. So here we are running through. He died. Copenhagen died. Me and Baka were over down the beach. And next thing you know, he's like, "What the hell? What the hell's going on?" Somebody shot him with a tranq dart. So you get like torpor, which is you just kind of pass out. His was filled up. He passed out. They drug him away and put him in a house and kept feeding him narcotics so he would stay unconscious. Then they're like, you can come find your friend and you can get him. So I was walking around trying to find him, and I found the house they were at. They shot me with a tranq dart too,
This
and
is
dragged me into the house and kept feeding me narcotics. They kept this hostage in a fucking house, and they're like, "We'll let you go if you do our gauntlet thing," and we're like, fine, whatever. So they got us on they grabbed us with birds and flew us to the middle of the island. They grabbed Baka and took him over there too. They dropped me off in the middle of the island because the guy needed to get stamina, and I died to bugs in the middle of the island. But I don't know what happened on the gauntlet area. Apparently they just got killed by something. You
Yeah,
weren't there,
so
Baka.
you got kidnapped and drugged and then forced to fight for your lives.
Yeah.
I'm just
Basically-
saying that's what happened.
I'm not. It's like I'm never joining a PvP ever. No, it's
Don't.
just kind of
Yeah.
like I'm just like I'm scared in real life to go to certain places because I might get hit in the back of the head and drugged somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is terrible experience. You're just laying on the floor. You're like, I can't do anything. Can someone help me?
No. There's no
Nope.
help for you.
Hey, Awaken, how are you?
What have you been playing, Oak?
I started playing Heavenly Sword.
Oh, how's that
Um,
going for you?
it's actually pretty good. It's it's just a hack and slash style game. I like the plot line and stuff, the way they've set it up. I'm sure that when the game came out, which I don't know if how many people paid attention to the game when it came out, but the main character, she's kind of scantily clad with what she's got on, and it's just kind of like, okay, cool. This is gonna be fun and enjoyable, and I'll play the game and all that good stuff. But some of the voice acting in it and the way it's written, yeah, and sometimes they kind of break the fourth wall and look at you as the player
That's awkward.
after they make a joke. Yeah, it's funny. I love the bad guy because he's just over the top, and I love it because he's just like it. He's not like a handsome Jack, where he's like this good looking guy that you can kind of get into, that type of thing. He's more of this rugged. He reminds me of like an old kung fu movie style bad guy. It's just one of those things where you kind of like him. He's got the weird voice and stuff like that, and all the
It is a
bad
weird
guys do.
voice.
And be like, yeah, because I made you watch a video on part of it, but it's good though. I mean, it's so far the fighting scheme of it's pretty neat. It's very similar to God of War in the way that it's designed. You can hold down, I think it's the L1 button, and when you do the L1 button, then your sword becomes kind of a chain style sword where you can swing it out and all that type of stuff. Or you can hit the R1 button and it becomes more of a power style. So depending on who you're fighting, you can use the sword in different ways, and you'll be able to kill certain characters certain ways. But I'm kind of stuck on the first real boss right now, who's kind of a dickweed. He really is,
Just
and it's like
kind
he
of?
talks up, yeah, kind of. And he was like, he comes in and he's got this voice like, and it's just like, oh, you're so irritating to listen to.
Like
And at first
Claptrap.
I was like, oh my God, but what it ended up being, it was more of that, again, old kung fu style movie type feel to it, and I really enjoyed the way the character's designed. He's got these what look kind of like angel wings, except with spikes on the end of them type thing, and he has a spin move type thing, and it's cool. Everything's color coded, so it's kind of user friendly.
Nice.
If the character is hitting you with and they're blue, it's a fast attack, so you can actually block using your faster speed stuff. If they're yellow, then they're trying to hit you with power, so you got to make sure you hit the R1 button real quick to block. And if they're red, get the fuck out of the way because you can't block it. It's like they color coded a little bit, but but for the most part, I mean, it's a really good game, and I'm excited to start it because with what's the other one the same company's doing that sounds very similar, and I'm trying to think of it right now.
Hellblade.
Yeah, Hellblade. Yeah, Heavenly Sword, Hellblade. Why not? That's kind of the reason I picked it up because I wanted to be able to play it, and I was like, hey, it's $4. Why not? I'll pick it
Yeah,
up.
you got
and
it
play
like super cheap.
Yeah, so I'd recommend it so far, and I'm not that far into the game. I'm probably like 2.5 hours into the game, maybe. So
It's a
definitely
really good
recommend
game.
it. Yeah.
Did
So
you play that
you've
one?
played through it, Bakken?
Yeah, I played through it before. I played through it pretty much when it came out, and just to forewarn you, the last boss, if you think the first boss is annoying, yeah, the last boss is, oh my god, downright frustrating on his last form.
So get ready for that, Oak.
Oh boy.
In 6
Yep.
months from
Oh,
now, we'll
great.
hear about it.
Pretty much. Fair enough.
So have fun with that, and let me know how many times you died, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'll lose count.
Oh, that's something to look forward to. You're gonna stream that? That'll be great.
Yeah.
No, I'm not streaming it. It's on my PS3, so no, I'm not streaming it. No.
Nice.
So what about you? Well, Chicken, you were playing the art game. What about you, Griff?
I streamed a little yesterday because Snitty, a while back when I played GTA 5, said that I should play GTA San Andreas, and he's been like on top of me about it since then. Oh my god, when are you gonna play San Andreas? San Andreas, play it, do it. So, I played San Andreas for a little while yesterday. It's on PC. We had some issues with like having to downgrade the patches so that it worked with OBS to start with. So I was like, this is gonna be fantastic. Once we finally got it streamable, I was like, okay, well, it has settings for your joypad, is what it's called, instead of controller, I guess, old school technology words. I don't know. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll play with my controller. I've got my controller hooked up. Your controller will allow you to move and nothing else. You have to completely go into the settings and tell it whatever, like every single button, every single command you have to assign for your controller. Because it's not set up for it. I was like, oh, okay, mouse and keyboard then, because I don't have 6 hours to sit here on stream and try to settle this up. I'm not a mouse and keyboard player.
Well, here's what I look at it, Grif. Now, if I was the promotional person for San Andreas, what I would tell you is this. It's a completely customizable control setup just for you.
Yeah.
See, so you can play it however you want based on the controller. See, that's how you spin that a little bit. And otherwise, I'm lazy and don't want to set the buttons in myself. So
well,
you're going to have you do it.
It's an older school game, and it was for like PS2. So it's kind of like you can either play it on a PlayStation 2 or you can play the PC version. If you play the PC version, you're playing with a mouse and keyboard. Like that's pretty much how they did it. Hi, Ivy.
Hey, Ivy, how are you?
Ivy is No Pants' girlfriend,
Hello.
by the way. So just so we
really?
found that all out last night. Just wanted to keep you in the know, Oak.
What?
But we love her. Anyway, but yeah, so I tried to do mouse and keyboard GTA San Andreas. It did not go well. Not at all. I did find out that spray painting people is bad and it makes the cops angry though.
Yeah, she learned a
So it's
lot
almost
about
like
the
shoot-
cop hate.
You should have just shot him. I'm just
I
saying.
didn't have a gun yet. They're like, oh, okay, you're in town here, whatever, let's go do all this stuff. Like, they're giving you the tutorial, kind of on how to play the game, the interactive tutorial. And so all I had was a can of spray paint, and I was running around just to spray paint these tags, like, you know, they did a similar thing in Saints Row 1 and 2, where there's another gang's tag, and you have to go spray over it. And so I had the spray paint can, and there was a lady, and I think she said something to me that I found less than pleasant. I don't remember. But I was like, I wonder if you can spray paint
Less than
people.
pleasant.
Yes. So I sprayed her. There was a cop on the sidewalk with us, and he did not find that as funny as I did. So apparently, spray painting people is bad.
So did he try to shoot you after spray painting
He
somebody?
did shoot me. I died.
Okay, because I'm just saying that's a little bit excessive, right? That's an excessive force, correct?
I mean,
I
I'll tell you,
spray paint
spray
somebody,
paint
you
that
shoot
woman.
me dead.
Bang bang.
I mean, everything you do in that game is like excessive police presence on you. And it's like the first thing you do is you get off the airplane and cops pick you up and basically tell you that they're framing you for murdering an officer and then toss you out in the street. And I was like, what just happened? I think Samuel L. Jackson just told me that I was going to get fucked up, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, like, I'm like,
Ain't no painting on these motherfucking streets.
Yeah. I didn't have a spray paint yet, so I was still completely unarmed at that point.
Better
But,
than
oh,
letting
man.
snakes on the streets.
There was a driving portion where you had to drive a motorcycle. It was awful.
Have you got to the spider part yet?
There's spiders in GTA?
Yeah, there's these huge spiders that come out and try to kill you.
I don't believe you.
I wouldn't unless you're doing like a mod. No.
Turn the entire city into giant spider people.
All right,
Yeah,
I know
that's
what I'm
great.
doing. I'll do it
Or
when
you're
she
on the-
streams it next time.
Or you're on the back of a spider and it's one that has babies, so it has the little bitty spiders all over the back of it.
Okay, no. Should have painted his face and took his gun, is what No Pants said. You know, if it worked like that, I would have. But unfortunately,
You did kill a cop you killed a cop and the 2 gangbangers with the paint can. You're like, punch, punch, punch,
It's
punch,
like
kick,
it's like
kick.
Mace.
if you continue to spray
nightstick.
them, apparently the fumes kill them. It's like bug spray for gang members and cops.
Spray
Dude
paint.
from Raid. Gang spray.
Right? Spray all of your rival gangs with our new raid spray.
Tag them, not the wall.
And it's cheaper than a gun. Yay.
And legal. You don't have to
And
wait. There's no waiting period. You don't have to be approved. Background checks. Eh. Yes, that was great.
So did you enjoy the game?
Get
other
off
than
my
the fact you ended
lawn.
up doing mouse and keyboard?
I think it would probably be not so bad if, well, the plot line seems shady, weird, like shaky, I don't know. Apparently, it is one of the most innovative and most amazing GTAs ever, and maybe I just haven't gotten to that part yet. I did find out, by the way, that you have to eat to keep up your energy and your strength.
Yes.
And if you don't
Yes.
eat, then I guess you're gonna die. But if you do eat, you have to go to the gym or else you get fat.
You don't have to go.
Yeah,
to
and
the,
it
you
great?
just gotta run. Just
I
run.
don't want to do all that. I just want to shoot people.
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah,
just
they
make
make you
shooting
exercise and
simulator for
eat.
Grif, so she doesn't have to play a game. She's like, I'm just gonna shoot all these people, run
It's
through
like,
the town and shoot
I
people.
want the story and everything, but I don't want the micromanagement of real life. It's like, oh shit, I ate at Cluck and Bell, which is like fast food chicken tacos or something. Oh no, now I've got to go to the gym. In my busy lifestyle as a gang member, I need to take 15 minutes between shooting people and tagging buildings to go to the gym.
No,
Well,
just
of course,
run
'cause that
from
way when
Cluck
you run
and
out of ammo,
Bell.
you're healthy enough to run away.
There you go. You gotta be healthy now.
Apparently, I don't have to be that healthy. One of my best friends in the gang, or well, besties in the gang, is a fat dude.
Big Smoke.
Yeah. So I mean,
That's right.
he's making it. He survived an entire like drive-by shooting in the car because the only thing that he did during the drive-by was eat the food that we just picked up. He ate everybody. There's 4 people in the car. He ate everybody's fast food while we were all doing the drive-by.
And to be fair, your guys are not very good at the drive-by either.
No.
They're like,
No, my
stormtroopers
friend-
of the gang world.
No, they make stormtroopers look like marksmen. That's how bad they are.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little too much
Ivy-
like this.
Yeah, Ivy makes a comment that it was a little bit too much like real life. So I would kind of agree with that, but I played the game and really enjoyed the hell out of it. And I bought it just before the whole hot coffee incident. So
See, I mean, I think it could be an enjoyable game. I just need, one, I need a controller to play it with because I am not a mouse and keyboard player. And 2, I just need to, like, get a better handle on... It's almost like Chicken was talking about it last night. We were talking about it after I was done. And he's described it as a 2D shooter in a 3D setting because that's really what it feels like.
Yes.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Because it's still early on in, console and game life history. So we're to the point where the world is 3D-ish, but the mechanics are
3D-ish.
still... Yeah. Well, I mean, some of the stuff's really flat. I mean, it just is. That's just how it is. But, I mean, that's processing power and things like that. It's where we were at technologically at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be enjoyable. I'm going to go back to it once I get my controller set up, which will take like 6 hours.
No, it'll take me like 5 minutes.
Then fine, you can do it.
I-
Just tell me what the buttons do.
You were telling me to do it anyway.
He's going to hand me the controller and be like, figure it out. And it's going to be this controller scheme that nobody's ever experienced
Yeah.
before. Like,
You-
trigger makes you jump, A makes you shoot.
No, I'm gonna make the triggers move you. You're gonna be like, ah, can't I move?
You should make it like Octodad controls.
No.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please.
I do have Octodad. I need to play that at some point.
Right bumper actually makes your right arm move. So you have to do this. It'll be
It's like I Am Bread.
Yeah, you're playing QWOP basically. You know?
Yeah.
Quap, okay.
Yeah. That's kind of how Brett's set up.
Falling over.
Oh, wow. So Gamescom this week, right?
Yeah, it was kind of big deal, and then happens.
A little bit.
It happens sometimes. Xbox was basically the big one that was there, right? Because
Yeah.
Sony wasn't there at all, so Microsoft was the main news thing that was coming out. It looks like that all future Xbox 360 games with gold titles are going to be backwards compatible for Xbox One.
Which must mean that we're stepping up what titles are, like, they must be in really good talks with developers about which titles we can make backwards compatible. Because surely they're going to run out. I mean, the initial list is like 30 games, I think. And so it's like, you're gonna run out of games, and I mean, it's gonna take a little while. It's 15 months worth of stuff, but you're still gonna run out of games.
Yeah, eventually, right?
And they're all kind of, well, I'm not gonna say they're all. A lot of the games that are already backwards compatible are kind of ones that you're like, I don't know, you guys. I don't really feel that one. Alien Hominid. Who's gonna play that? It's backwards compatible.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
What is that? I feel
it's
bad.
It's like a 2D side-scrolling game where you play as a little alien and shoot people.
Oh, shooting people
it's-
done.
Yeah, it's
Is it a rare game?
It was originally on Newgrounds, and then it got so popular that they put it on Xbox.
Wow.
Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, because if you look at the list that's on there, which Kingdom of Keflings, which if you've never played the Kefling games, you just need to pick it up just because it's entertaining. It's not fun. It's just entertaining.
It's not fun. Nice. It's not fun.
Of course, Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, Banjo-Tooie.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
Banjo-Tooie is the sequel to Banjo-Kazooie, which, by the way, on Xbox they just released a bunch of or a CD with a bunch of games from like Banjo-Kazooie.
Replay.
So, yeah, that one.
Yeah, which I have, by the way. I have the Rare Replay, and it downloaded every single game, and I have not played one of them. No, that's not true. I played Perfect Dark.
I was about to say, I
wait,
saw you playing.
Perfect Dark Zero. Perfect Dark Zero. I started it because I never got to play Perfect Dark Zero, and I started playing the game, and I was like, "Wow, this was the beginning of what the Xbox 360 is. What that one started on, I think." And it's like this is the beginning of this and that generation. It shows.
But the fun
really
part
does.
about that is you can play the multiplayer with bots, the little skeletons.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the bots.
I love them old bot games.
Yeah,
the
like
game itself is not bad.
hardest difficulty setting, like we were trying to like hold out in a fort, and the second you poked your head up to look to see where the bots were, it's like bam, headshot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heat-seeking bullets from the bots. We played that, Baka Red, Chicken, and I all played that together with the bots. It got intense.
Love me some bots games.
Battle Block Theater, which I absolutely love that. If you've never played Battle Block Theater, you just got to, because it's the narrator alone makes that game entertaining.
Is that the one that you were talking about, Chicken, the other day? That I thought was... I think I thought it was Boom Blocks.
Yeah, I bought it on the Steam sale. I played it a bit. It's definitely really fun. I like it.
Yeah, the narrator guy is hilarious because it's like he just
Like
sounds
Stanley
like this
Parable
old,
level?
like he's this old time. I don't know. It's like there's a little bit of humor that's in what he's saying or whatever, but it's like this old time newscaster style of voice, and the way it's done is just great. I actually streamed the game before, and I love that game. Defense Grid: The Awakening. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, no.
Gears of War. You might have heard that game.
I haven't heard of it before.
Yeah, and if you do get the new Gears of War that's coming out for Xbox One, then Gears 2, 3. And then also Judgment are all going to be.
Nobody cares about
compatible.
Judgment.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they
Judge
are.
what?
Some people. There might be one person that likes that game.
Yeah. I wanted to like it. It was about Baird. I wanted to, but it sucked.
Geometry Wars, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one. I want them to make that games with gold so I can have it.
Fallout 3 is planned for.
Which
I think if you
will
buy
also
Fallout
get-
4, right?
Yeah, if you buy Fallout 4 on Xbox One, you get the Fallout 3
Right.
backwards compatible one.
Hexic, which was one of the original Xbox 360 games, arcade games that came out with it,
Wow.
which I love. It's a little puzzle game. It's fantastic. Jetpack Refueled, which is also part of the Rare Replay stuff, along with the Banjo-Kazooie stuff. Cameo, which I have no idea what that is.
It's an RPG, I think. It was really popular, and people are like still begging for a sequel to it.
I thought it was like
Fair
a
enough.
platformer.
Is it a platformer? I thought I
Yeah.
read it that was an RPG.
Well, maybe an
Yeah.
RPG platform or something like that.
RPG platformer. That's not weird.
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
Hey, it sounds good to me. Mass Effect, if you don't know what that one is, you've been
Are
living in a
fired.
box.
Don't
Yeah.
say that. Snidia will come in here and be like, who doesn't know what Mass Effect is? What's going on in here?
Let me tell you about some Mass Effect.
Yeah. Let me
N Plus, which is a very fun game and difficult once you get to the higher levels for sure.
Yeah, no. I can't do wall jumping, which is why I suck at speedrunners, so I definitely can't do it in M+.
Oh, for sure. Of course, Perfect Dark Zero, again part of the Rare collection. Shadow Complex, not sure what that one is.
Not sure.
Baka, do you know on that one?
He knows everything, but not that.
Yeah, no, he's like, that's the one thing I never know about. And like Shadow Complex
this
could be the
name-
greatest game of all
The
time.
name sounds familiar, but it's just not bringing anything into my head at the moment.
Oh,
I
Small
think it was another
Arms.
one of the arcade games.
probably. Small Arms is probably an arcade shooter, maybe?
Maybe.
That one I've never
Uh,
played.
Super Meat Boy, which hopefully people know that one. It's a great platformer. I love that game. Toy Soldiers Cold War, which hopefully you know the Toy Soldier games because there are a lot of them. Viva Pinata, which is also part of the Rare collection.
Cannibalistic pinata animals, got it.
And of course, the Trouble in Paradise version of it as well is also backwards compatible. Again, part of that whole entire collection. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a great list of games with gold, to be honest. I mean, like, there's some high points on it and everything, but
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is like if they came out with Perfect Dark Zero, something like that, for it, I think people would be excited. But I'd be pissed as a person that went out and bought the Rare collection.
yeah, because then you get all the rare games for free.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, all right,
not
just pay
all of them.
$30 for games you're giving out for free.
Yeah, I mean, No Pants has been playing the RC Pro-Am game from the Rare collection, so that one's not on the list. So he's still got one that he is enjoying that would not be free. Yay!
Yay!
Speaking of free, you know, like we were talking about, if you do Fallout, you get Fallout 3 for free. If you do Gears, you get all the previous Gears stuff for free. If you do Just Cause 3 on Xbox One, you get Just Cause 2 backwards compatible. Maybe I just wait and play it all together.
Yeah, everybody likes free
Jody,
games.
you the best. You the
I
best.
heard that.
That was, I guess I forgot to turn the thing off, but thank you for the follow. I didn't look at your name.
It's sad that I heard it from your headset, though. How loud is your headset right now?
I don't know. Is it too loud? I apologize if it's too loud.
No, you're
It's
fine.
loud.
Thanks for the follow,
Yes, I
Thomas.
appreciate it.
Hey, there it
awesome.
is. Hey, it popped up. Hey, thank you, Thomas. We appreciate it. I
Like
see
the
it
middle
now.
of the podcast. Shut up, you the best.
Yes,
I
we got it.
I'll turn the thing off then. All right. There we go.
Ivy says that she thinks that she believes that they should make Galaga for Xbox One.
Like the arcade game Galaga? Is that an
Yep,
arcade game? Am I
Galaga.
thinking the right thing? Okay.
Yep, Galaga.
Just checking. All right. I wanted to make sure I was thinking of the right one. And sure, yeah, let's do it. Galaga, Xbox One style. I'm down.
Why
I play
not?
it. I
Just
tried
make
out.
one for everything. I'm fine with them just making everything. I'm fine with that. I don't
Like
I don't
every
care.
old
Just keep
arcade
making
game
games.
ever, we get like Centipede and all of that stuff. Yeah, we could do that.
Centipede would be difficult. Like you would have to. Centipede needs to be on PC. Like for somebody like Baka that uses a little trackball to do his, it would be great. But for on controller, it does not translate as well. Because if you ever went to an actual arcade and played Centipede, they had a big ball that sat in the middle of the arcade game, and you actually just move that around in order to move that thing around. So
Yeah, I would be total pro at that one.
That's, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, since, like, I'm serious, everything at a Gamescom that was really big news is, like, World of Warcraft, Destiny stuff, and Xbox. So much Xbox. But the upside is we finally got to see more of Scalebound. And I'm still excited.
and you're still excited about I'm excited about Scalebound. I think
I
it
was
looks
worried
good.
the more I saw of it, the less I was going to like it. But, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Who doesn't want to fly a big fucking dragon?
Right?
Customized big fucking dragon.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Oh my
Fair
god.
enough.
With your
And
friends
player
too.
co-op. Right?
Like holy shit! I just want to get all my friends, get a bunch of dragons, and just fight a giant or something.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, especially with the mechanics, they look good for sure for a dragon game because we've had a few dragon games that have kind of been,
Iffy.
yeah, just
Yeah.
not what we're
That have
looking
been
for.
Dragon.
Lair.
Get out.
Oh, so
Somebody's fighting.
funny. But yeah, the dragon games so far just haven't kind of lived up to what we want out of a dragon game. This one looks like it's got
Hold up.
potential.
Drakengard was actually pretty neat.
I may have played
They-
a little bit of that one.
They did it on PlayStation 2. They may have done it on Xbox. I didn't have an original Xbox at the time, but I know the first two are on PS2, and then they did the third one on PS3. But yeah, they're actually kind of neat.
Nice.
I've not played those, so that's interesting.
So
I
another
think
one
I
where
saw it on
you
a
run
Steam
around as
sale.
you run around as the human, but you actually get to ride on your dragon and do combat and things like that as well. Or the dragon will fight on the ground alongside you, at least in I think the first or second one.
That's very similar to Scalebound. It sounds like.
Yeah, Scalebound looks so good.
Scalebound looks like Devil May Cry with dragons. Like, it looks like old school Devil May Cry 4 style, like, combat with some extra bonuses, mechanics in it, like the jump above the enemy and then fly down and stab it in the neck and things like that. But it looks a lot like Devil May Cry, which I'm okay with. I'm fine with that. But I don't know. It just feels like they took a lot of stuff from that and made it, just transitioned it over to a new game.
Yeah, but are you going to complain when you have since
No.
it's one of your favorite games?
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining at all.
But I mean, I think that in this particular case, and this is the way it is a lot of times, if you think of something like, Halo or Mass Effect or anything like that, if you build off a successful program like that and you go, hey, you know what? Let's take the ideas they have combat wise and build on from there. I think you're good. It's the same thing with Batman, right? I mean, when you have the Batman, the way that they designed the fighting system on that, a lot of people have emulated that in their games and have made the games more enjoyable. I mean, like the Middle Earth game was fantastic.
Assassin's Creed and Batman put together.
Oh, so everything
right?
I wanted. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a great game and it had a really good plot line. So it's kind of like, all right, well, let's do the same thing with this. So I think Scalebound's going to end up being really good. And the thing that interests me about it is the fact that the dragon and customizable dragon. Who the fuck doesn't want that?
Customizable dragon. Let's do it. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
And
I
I
wonder
like
how
the
much
idea that it's gonna
customization
be
you'll
cool.
get though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's going to be Skyrim. I don't think it's going to be one of those, or Inquisition. I don't think it's going to be one of those games where you're just going to be like in that part of the program for like an hour and a half trying to figure out exactly how you want to control them. I don't know. You could be. I don't know, but I think it's going to be more of, okay, here's 8 types of dragons. You can choose one of these and then choose your color scheme. And
Yeah,
have,
I
like,
think it'll
little
probably
blocks.
be like that, but I think the huge customization might come with, maybe you can customize their abilities. Like you get to have talent trees for your dragon and you pick how you want them to play.
Well, that would make sense.
You're like, you get your own talents and then they get theirs and you pick what they have and what you have, like a skill tree. I think that'd be fun. And everything that we saw, like all the 8-minute footage that they showed at GamesCom and everything, it's still pre-alpha. So this is stuff that's like before beta testers even get a hold of it. A lot of it could change between now and when we actually get our hands on the game. I don't know why we're still showing off pre-alpha. I don't know why we haven't made it further than that, but we are. Yay!
So I've got to talk about something that excited me watching the entire thing, which is going to have to be Crackdown 3.
Oh, No Pants is about to have a party with you. It's going to be great.
Yeah, because I love the Crackdown games. And you get to Crackdown 3 and they go, oh, multiplayer is, by the way, 100% destructible. What?
Yeah, but just
I can blow up a fucking building? That's fine, though, because,
Yeah,
I mean, you don't want to ruin the plot line in
You're
the
playing a
regular
cop, though. Doesn't that defeat the purpose of,
Are you?
protect and serve?
Yeah, you're a cop.
I thought, I was about to say in Crackdown, you're supposed to be like, protecting citizens and being a cop.
Right, which is why they only put it in multiplayer, because then you're just kind of, okay, everybody's the same type of person, right?
We're all bad people here.
Let's just blow shit up. But I think that's the thing about it is they limit that in the actual gameplay in the campaign, so you can continue your plot line. Because if you blow up a big fucking building in the middle of the game, could you imagine how that would end up? It's like, oh, I have to go there. Oh, well, there's no top floor anymore, and I'm supposed to go to the top floor. Well, I'm fucked. So.
Or it could also open up the whole thing of the stereotypical sergeant going, turn in your badge and your gun and you're out of here. And
No.
That was your best Southern accent ever. I loved it.
Yep.
Baka would make a great cop.
It would.
Baka the cop.
Yep.
Kappa.
Protect and
Wait until
serve when I
Halloween
feel like it.
streams.
Oh boy.
Can you do an Irish accent with the hair and everything else and have him dressed up as a cop? That would be fantastic. He could be the Irish, the stereotype from like the old cop movies where they'd have the guy that was set behind the counter, right? He turned around.
Here come all the angry letters. All the offended
Fine.
Irish
Yeah,
people.
I'm not offending the Irish people.
You think
what?
you're not?
Yeah, you think you're
Am
not.
What you're saying is about like the equivalent of telling us to go get our Lucky Charms.
See, I didn't say that.
I did, but
The equivalent.
Damn.
I got it.
Yep.
I got it.
God.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god. Let's keep moving. Let's move away from the Irish stereotypes before bad things happen to us.
All right.
Yep.
That's at Twitch. No, that's
Yeah.
sorry. That's twitter.com/Baka Pickle. That's who you need to put on that one.
Oh shit.
Wow, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Good thing we are the bosses, right?
Oh, that just reminded me of a very interesting story.
Oh, geez.
Oh God.
Is
Um,
this family friendly?
Kinda.
Does it really matter?
Um,
Depends on who we're gonna offend.
yeah, no, basically, okay, this happened when I was in middle school, and we had a teacher who just recently got married, but she kept getting um, stuff for, signing up for dating things and stuff. So she thought, since we had nothing else to do and it was the end of the school year, that we would fill out a false one and send
Oh.
it in just so she could see what kind of weird, crazy things that she would get for a response. And somewhere along the way, it asked for like what kind of like people or something like that are you into, and someone blurted out Irish people, so we went okay, fine. We put in Irish, and then it asked why, and I blurted out because they're magically delicious.
You put that on there too, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
I would just like to point out that
Because-
Ivy said she's Irish and she was not offended. She might be now.
Because they're magically
Just-
delicious.
And then the
Wow.
magically delicious part just completely. No pants. Can you enlighten us on this one? I'm just wondering.
Oh,
Oh,
You don't want to know.
Sorry, I had to.
Oh.
I had
A
to.
story of like I don't know why it
Kill me
reminded me of it.
wow.
Well
Okay.
then.
All right. We're gonna move on. So guess what, you guys? Just fucking A.
So what's everyone drinking?
I'm running with
Um,
water today.
I drank some Dr Pepper.
Bourbon and Coke. And to be
Kraken.
specific, blew it. Blew it? Really? Bullet.
Blew it?
Blew it. Blew it, guys.
You did
Sorry.
blew it.
She said nope. Does that mean she's still not offended? That's awesome.
Yeah, Irish people are usually not that easily offended unless we're drunk, and then we get into fights, I guess. But
It's irritating. Great.
They're beating up each other. I don't even know what we're doing.
and then
Why
we
we're
make up
fighting.
and drink some
Why
more.
are we fighting? Have no idea.
You want a drink? All right, let's go get another
fucking
one.
fight?
Okay. I'm
Shit.
gonna bring this back to things that we heard this week. Let's since there are three of us, Oak Tree's gonna sit back and be like, all right, you guys go. Guess what?
Uh-oh.
New World of Warcraft expansion.
Yes.
Yeah!
Woo! I'm excited. I don't have a clue.
So
anything
much
about
Illidan
this
farming
game.
coming up.
You know what? I'm okay. I love Illidan. Illy's my bestie, and I'm okay with seeing him again. But it's not gonna be him. It's gonna be like a shell of him. That's my theory. He's gonna
Yeah.
get resurrected. His body will be resurrected, but it won't be Illidan.
Because he got killed. He was killed at the end of Burning Crusade. I'm getting all my facts straight now. Like, I know what's going on in this one. Because you know how I am.
Oh wait, you have the same thing I have? Look at that. I got one of those too.
He's way ahead of you, though.
Mine's more empty. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a new bottle. And I'm not actually drinking that today. This is Kraken, so this is just rum.
That'll work. I broke the top off of it though. It's kind of sad.
Oh, no.
I've never had that happen. Anyway, sorry, back to World of Warcraft. Yeah. So we're gonna bring Illidan back, which Chicken said he's dead. And, you know, maybe he is.
He
But-
is. Damn it. Those are facts.
He's
Wherever
not
you at.
anymore.
Here's the thing, though, with the whole like going back in time and the alternate timeline and all that other stuff, there's always that possibility that they could drag the Illidan from that timeline out.
No, I did all of my research. I am fully informed on this one. He was killed at the end of Burning Crusade. His body was taken by Maev and put at the bottom of the Warden's hold, where they hold everybody. He was encased in crystal so that he would serve out his eternal sentence, suffering. So his damned soul could never leave his body and move on. So that's where he is. When Gul'dan was thrown through the portal, Archimonde teleported him to the crystal so that he could resurrect and break him free. Now Illidan is going to be a puppet of the Legion again.
I told you he was gonna be a puppet. I told you.
Because he's one of the greatest warriors ever. So they're going to use him and bring
He's
him back
also
to
one of the
life.
schmexiest. Just saying.
Get out of here. But yeah, it will not be the Illidan that we knew before. He's probably going to
So-
be completely
So did
gone.
Griff just say she was right?
About what?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much right.
Grif was right. I'm just saying.
And, you know, it's like always.
Which part though? Illidan's
Illidan's
back?
gonna be a puppet. He's
Yes.
gonna come back.
Yes,
And,
I assume. I
they'll
can't
super
say
sexy.
for 100% fact. Those are assumptions right there.
We're gonna find out. We're also worried because everybody's gonna die. Everybody's gonna die. I'm pissed off about it already. And I don't
When
even
did this
know if
become
it's
Game of
gonna work.
Thrones? I don't
Right?
Because they
Oh.
want to do something huge that's going to get everybody's attention. The Broken Shore is going to be one of the most tragic points in Warcraft lore.
I'm gonna cry probably, especially if you kill Varian. I mean, you already took Admiral Taylor from me. You cannot take Varian. You can't do it. I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna riot, you guys.
We have to go to the future. Like I can't.
Game of Warcraft.
Right?
But,
War Thrones.
yeah, War Thrones.
Roll of Thrones. Yep.
Well, outside of just theory crafting and everything, because honestly, with the three of us, especially if Red was here, we would theory craft like for hours, and that's just how it is. Because that's what that world does to you. The world's so big and so rich with lore that you can debate for hours what will and might and could happen. But we won't do that. Let's talk about what we do know, which is we're getting a new area. First of all, what the fuck? The cartographers in Azeroth are just completely freaking stupid.
Yeah,
Because
no
we've had
kidding.
this map since the beginning, but they keep adding to it.
Yeah, they're like the people who mapped out this planet. They're like, where do these islands keep coming from? we sail around the world and I don't know. We missed them or something. I don't know.
Well, the
See, there
thing
was
is,
this blizzard that came through.
No.
Ah, see what I did there?
This guy, we're gonna have to
more
fire
puns.
this guy.
No.
I mean, but at least with Cataclysm, it was, well, okay, part of Cataclysm, because we got the Worgen area, which I think has always been on the map. We just couldn't get to it.
Yes.
But they had the Maelstrom show up, which is fine, because it's like, that's new. That's a natural disaster thing that just happened. So we
Yeah.
developed that. But, like, the Pandarian thing, it's like, okay, the panda people live on a giant turtle that swims around, which is why we've never seen it.
Yes, and they explained their island too. It's been covered in the mist since it was created, to keep everybody out.
How did they explain Northrend? Because that's a big fucking island that just showed up.
Northrend's always been there, like
Yeah.
the whole entire time. It
Okay.
just hasn't been on
Just
our
couldn't
map.
get to it.
Yeah, it's always been there.
And now we're getting the Broken Isles, which have also always been there, but we didn't know where they were at. Because they're from ancient Night Elf times, which means
Yeah.
they've been around forever, but we just forgot about them, so we didn't put them on the map.
Yeah, I assume that's gonna be right off the shore of Kalimdor.
These map makers suck.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a
We need
roving
to fire
turtle,
them
like
and
in
make
the
new
Neverending
ones.
Story.
No
The
kidding.
never-ending story. do 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 do. See, I'm having it stuck in my head now. Thanks, appreciate it,
Yeah.
Ivy.
That's gonna be an all-day thing. At least I don't have to be with you all day. This is gonna be great. But we're raising the level cap to 110, so 10 levels instead of 5.
They'll never do 5 again.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever do 5, because it's not enough.
Yeah, they even said that they will not do 10 again or do 5 again. That was too odd, I guess, to say. They were trying to make it so that the level cap didn't kind of go too far, but they're like, too late now. Let's just keep doing 10.
And I've talked to you about it already, Chicken, but I have not gotten to talk to Baka yet. Artifact weapons are basically weapons specific to your class and spec. So whatever you're playing, you have your own thing assigned. You have to go seek out the weapon. It's a weapon that was wielded by somebody important and iconic to your class. Like Ashbringer was
And
Morgraine's sword.
specialization.
Yeah, and specialization. Like Ret Paladins will get Ashbringer because that Morgraine was Ret Paladin, and that's what they'll get. But me
Morgraine
as a
doesn't have it.
He does. No, he doesn't. But he was the original wielder. I already read the lore. Don't talk to me about it.
Was he the
Yes.
original wielder? Okay.
But they.
Your wife is right. Don't argue.
No, I was just checking. I want my facts right.
Correct.
But I mean, basically, that's how it's going to break down. Is it's iconic weapons specific to your class and specialization that you have to go and find, like seek out, and then you wield it. But you get a bunch of customization, like customizable options. You get to spec it with its own talents. You get to customize the skin. Basically, it comes in different colors, things like that. How do you feel about that, Baka?
I kind of like the idea. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things where. Wow, I completely lost train of thought. I got sidetracked thinking of something else, but yeah, well, I mean, because ever since the beginning, like people have always wanted the weapons like Ashbringer or wanted access to, since Lich King, the Frostmourne and things like that, and it's finally giving them a chance to get these iconic weapons and actually hold them and wield them in the game.
Well, not Frostmourne though.
Well,
Death
kinda,
Knights get
Yeah, the two little
Soul Reaper
versions.
and Icebringer, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get two little
But I
versions
mean-
of Frostmourne.
I mean, even still, like just any like a lot of these iconic weapons and stuff, it finally gives them a chance to actually hold and wield them and use them in the game like they've been wanting to since like the beginning.
I thought there was gonna be a but. I was waiting.
Yeah, I
But
was too.
Chicken's argument
Or-
is they're
Or
like,
and.
yeah, that they used to be like legendaries, and then it makes it less special for you to have gotten the legendaries at some point. But you can't transmog the legendaries, so it's almost like, yeah, I got it. I did all the work for like,
But
I
even then, not all
so
those weapons
curious.
were implemented in the game even as legendaries. I mean, Ashbringer was, but like the amount of people that actually ever even got a chance to get a hold of one were like really, really few.
And they didn't
'Cause it
have
wasn't-
Doomhammer in the game that you could get because
That's
Thrall
what I
still
was-
had it.
And
Yeah.
how is he gonna lose it?
Shut up! You shut up. We're not going to discuss that.
How is Tyrion forging?
Honestly,
How-
at
how
this
is-
rate, I really think that it sounds like they're getting ready to end it with this last expansion and move
They're
on
not
to
though.
something.
They've already
They've got
announced
the next
they've got
expansion
yeah.
planned.
They've got
Really?
the next expansion already planned.
Because if it's working out like how it sounds like, I mean, we're probably going to lose Thrall, and I know Grif doesn't want to hear this. Maybe Varian.
Shut up, no.
We're definitely gonna lose Tyrion, which is very, very, very unfortunate.
Yep.
And that I can almost say that as a fact now because of the way they said how
We're
you
gonna
have to
lose
get.
a lot of people. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if none of our current leaders actually make it into the next set. And if they do, it's only gonna be one or two. Like, honestly, I haven't heard much from the Horde side of it. They haven't mentioned anything about Sylvanas or
They did. I
Vol'jin.
saw a little something about Sylvanas. The pressure that she's coming under, on the Legion website, it said that the pressure that she's coming under because she's losing control. She's only got a few Valkyrs to raise her Forsaken now, so her people are becoming under fire. She's losing control of the Valkyr, so her mass production of Forsaken is lowering, and she's gonna have to decide, since she's free of the Lich King now, she's gonna have to decide whether she wants to put herself in harm's way to save her people, or to basically stand aside and let her
So
people die.
she's gonna put herself in harm's way to save her people, and she's gonna die too. So that's how we're gonna lose Sylvanas.
Yeah, very unfortunate that we'll be
That
losing
kinda
so
sucks.
many. But I do think that if they do want to continue on, the next expansion may be closer to the end, because the Legion will take this one. We'll fight back, but I do not think we're going to win. And then the next expansion will probably
Yeah,
be
but do we-
the fall
okay.
of Azeroth.
Theoretically, do we really have to end it, or since we're cleaning out basically the leaders now and getting a whole new set? Theoretically, this is all theory crafting. Theoretically, couldn't you just go ahead from there? Do you really have to do World of Warcraft 2? Can you just continue on with this timeline?
Due to the Titans coming into this one, which are the creators of everything, and the Bronze Dragonflight, which are the Timekeepers, I think they're going to look at some crazy way to completely redo everything, kind of like a new Azeroth or a new everything starting
And then World of
over.
Warcraft 2.
Yeah, like kind of.
Here's my question on this, because you got to. Well, first of all, everybody, all of you know that I don't play this game, but I'm just
Yes.
listening to everything that's going on.
And doesn't it sound cool?
Yeah, it does. I like the lore behind it. You know, I've watched like all of the Warcraft 3 stuff, like 9 hours of it, whatever it was. But here's my thought process on everything that y'all are talking about. Do you need a World of Warcraft 2 if you reinvent everything that's going on anyway inside the current one you're on? Hey, Sland, how are you?
What's up, Sland? Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was.
I mean, because
thinking.
it's kind of one
Well-
of those things where because it's not a game. I mean, it is a game, but what I'm saying is they've created a world,
Yes.
and the world continues to evolve. So if you say World of Warcraft 2, then you're saying that you're starting over with a totally new world to me. And I mean, I could be wrong, but that's the way my brain works. Is the fact that it's the
Well, I
same
mean,
thing.
after
Like
this,
if I play Halo 2, yes, it's a continuation of a story, but the plot line's a little bit different. Other than the fact that you're fighting Covenant.
I think that's what Chicken was getting at with the fact that the Titans are getting into it and everything, is that we may end up destroying this world completely and having to start over. Like,
And that
basically,
will be-
save us, move us to a different world,
Different timeline, different Azeroth. Basically, we all start over. It will give them the perfect opportunity to completely rebuild their engine too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because their engine
I
is
could see that.
pretty out of date.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
old, and if we got to restart, then they could completely rebuild their game from the ground up and have another 15-year lifespan on an MMO.
Okay, well here's my question on that one, or not question, but it's just my observation. If those that don't know me know that I love mythology,
Mm-hmm.
and the Titans part of it is kind of funny to me. The fact that they chose Titans as the people that would actually end up building everything that was on there, because that was the original part of mythology, was the fact that the Titans themselves were the ones that came in and created everything. So I thought that was kind of neat that they kind of chose something very similar to that. But anyway, there's kind of a mythology
Yes.
connection.
Well,
it's
and
very
you see
neat.
a lot of that with the Titans too, where they kind of did try to tie some of what we know as mythology into that world's mythology as well, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
It's pretty awesome.
we were talking about it because Wraith sent me and Vold, and I think actually all of us, a message on Twitter about how long he had spent in Destiny, which he spent like 253 hours, 453 hours, something like that in Destiny.
17
accumulatively.
days.
Yeah, it's 17 days. And with us, you don't want to know how much time we've accumulated in World of Warcraft, but it's more than
lot.
days. It's more than days.
I'm gonna take a wild estimate here and say my total time across all my characters are around 400 and something days at this point, and that's playing on and off over 11 years, 10 years.
Yeah, I'd hate to know, like,
Ooh.
somebody that's played consecutively what their time,
Oh.
like, Foxy, I'd love to know what her time played is.
Ooh, I'm gonna guess
Holy
like
crap.
I'd say closer to 1,200 days because she's
that's-
played every day.
The thing is that's a console game that's been out for years. Fallout 4 is supposed to be 400 plus hours. 400 plus hours for one single player story.
I've
What?
got 250, 300 in Skyrim, but that's because I like to go back and forth, and I've done the same thing, and I've done new things, and
Yeah, but how many times have you restarted?
4.
See?
Just
Four
so
times.
everybody knows, that's half a month if you play for 24 hours straight.
Noise. I
Not
have no
me.
idea what that was.
Not me.
I don't either, but it's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's 16 and a half days.
16 and a half days solid of you playing Fallout 4.
Woo.
Yeah, and so I mean, you think about it, and that's if you play through one time and you went through and you got everything that you possibly could and everything. That's a lot of time spent. You're spending $60 on 16 days worth of game, right?
Yeah.
And then Fallout 3 along with it if you're doing it on Xbox One. Plus, they're allowing mods to be moved over into it.
Yes. So you've
Right.
got extra content that you can do that way as well.
Okay, so then on top of that, if you look at it and you go and then you look at a game that what was it, Metal Gear Solid Zero or whatever the hell it was that I played for 5 minutes. That one it's 68 minutes. So 68 minutes for $30.
Look at No Pants'
Compared to-
time played, by the way. That's
Damn.
time.
1,127 hours.
1127 hours.
To
By the
Vault
way,
712.
That's not too
I
bad.
saw your tweets that you put out, Grif.
Yeah.
You like bitch slapping the fuck out of everybody.
Chicken actually went and looked because I was like, I can't believe how much I melee. My melee kills in Destiny, that's what I have used the most of or killed most with is melee. It's like 1,100 and something. And then the next weapon kill is shotguns, and it's like
It's
600.
603.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's 603.
it's
and I
almost
was like-
double my
I
regular
looked at it. I
kill.
was like, that's like half of the amount of kills that you're doing with the
Chicken
shotgun.
looked it up, and I did the same thing in Halo.
She
my
loves
melee
to
kills.
just beat people.
Man, I just love punching some folks. It is a great way to take out some aggression.
So what's that
It's
say
like,
about you,
oh.
chicken?
I'm
Do we
good
need
at
to set
blocking.
help for you?
I'm good at blocking or dodging. My evasion rate is pretty high at this point.
Do we need to call the authorities?
You
No.
can't see anything.
No, wait,
I'm
you
in
can't call
business
the-
area.
Wait, we can't call the authorities. Griff is the authority. She
That's
owns
right.
Griftopia.
That's right. Oh my god.
There is no abuse in this island. Shut up.
Ah, shit.
Slyn, we are currently we're discussing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, now we're
and-
talking Fallout.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're discussing times in games now, and abusing chicken, beating the chicken.
Right?
Yeah, I think I've got over 400 hours in, or right at 400 hours anyway in Civilization 5. So if you figure that up, that's me playing several games. And Fallout 4 saying just one run through and you can do 400 hours. That's a lot.
Yeah, in one go. Like, well, I mean, not surely you're not going to sit down for 400 hours and just play Fallout for 400 hours, but theoretically you could, and you'd still be finding new stuff because it's 400 plus hours. I mean,
Well, it also depends on your skill level too. You could be like really bad at the game and kind of spend 10 days on one quest trying to get it done.
So you spend 30 days total in the game because you suck.
Exactly. I mean, you could be really good and beat the whole game and everything in like 200 hours. Like nothing gives you a challenge. So,
well, yeah, but I
Run through and
think
blast
even,
mutants in the face.
there you go.
even if you did that, you'd still have stuff to do. It'd be like, yeah, I beat this in 2 hours, but all of the auxiliary stuff that I should have been doing that's really cool. Actually, I don't even think that you could. I bet it's got modifiers where it's going to require you to do certain upgrades at certain points, and you're going to have to work for those or do side quests for those. It'll be like every other game that's got any sort of level progression.
I think what we need to do is we actually need to set it up to where one of someone, Spunky, Chicken, whoever it happens to be, needs to learn the game well enough to where they can speed run the
Oh
game.
my god.
No glitches, a straight speed run of the game. And see what happens.
One of the craziest things at Fallout 3 I was reading, if you've played the beginning, you start off as a baby, right?
Yeah.
If
Right,
you
right.
get high enough speed, you can actually escape the
As a
beginning of the
baby?
game as a baby. You could play through the whole game as a baby.
How do you hold
What?
a gun as a baby? Because you're going to need a gun, right?
Yep. I think you want to put it into small guns and
Yeah, but even
high
then,
speed.
you're a tiny baby holding like a revolver with both hands.
Yep. I mean, you die pretty quickly too. So, so you gotta
I
be a
would
little
imagine
careful.
so.
I kind of want to like YouTube somebody playing as a baby now. I
Uh,
wanna
It'd be kind
see
of
what
funny
Fallout
because
looks like.
it'd be funny because look at the conversations. Like you'd turn around and it'd be like the human would be the adult would be like, "Well, I see you standing there," and the other one's like, "Meow, meow, 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 meow." It's like the conversation would be so awful.
A tiny
It'd
baby
be
with
so
the
big.
strongest, biggest gun, Slind. Can you imagine the kickback on that? Like, it's got to be
the
like
baby
Borderlands
itself would be
shotgun midgets where they fall
weapon.
down. The baby itself is a
You
weapon.
just
It knocks-
you aim yourself
knocks you
towards
back
the
40
enemy,
feet.
you shoot it and fly into the enemy and kill it.
You're actually a ninja baby. You carry around a knife. You don't even use guns. That's because it's too much kickback for your tiny little body. So
What,
you
we're
just run
going
around
with-
and stab people.
We're going with Chucky now. You got like a little Chucky run up
Yeah.
people and start shaking them in the leg, and then run away.
10 out of 10 would play.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
The charisma the baby has is 1 though, so it's a very ugly baby.
So you're a hideous baby with like a giant shotgun.
Yeah, but
So you're
shouldn't
basically the version of Chucky where he's got like the stitches and everything all in his face.
There you go.
shouldn't charisma be high on a baby though?
No.
Yeah, you would think because everybody be like, oh, it's a cute baby.
It's so cute. Boom, dead.
And then they take off the mask, and it's like, oh god, no, put it back on.
Fun fact though, children are 10 times stronger than they should be at the size for their size as a
Huh.
normal human. So see, there you go. So like your strength would be improved, your charisma would be out the charts, but your speed would be shit because you're having to crawl everywhere.
But according to Fallout, it's the other way around. You've got no charisma, no strength, but you're fast as motherfuck. I mean, like,
Damn.
baby lightning.
Boom.
Oh, I saw a picture of it. It's so like you got one of the super mutants chasing you around like this, and it's like a baby this big to a super mutant this big. Oh my goodness.
I would watch a movie about that. It'd
That would
insane.
be just ridiculous to watch.
It'd be great. I don't know what you're talking about. That'd be so fucking great.
Oh
my
God.
The ground launches
One
out
of the
of
things that we did talk about, of course, is Destiny as well, because we were talking about the hours and everything that was on there. The new expansion
Expansion.
expansion is the word I'm looking for.
the real expansion.
It was, that thing for Destiny is coming out, the Taken King, and there's going to be some changes and stuff made in the game. I will have to say, for everybody that is currently listening, I have pre-ordered the Taken King edition of Destiny for Xbox One, so I can play with my friends.
You know, if you have low-level characters, apparently you get a level boost with Destiny or with Taken King.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
because
Level.
I have low-level characters.
I don't know what level. I honestly I didn't get to read
I
a
thi-
whole lot of the articles, but I know that you get a level boost.
Okay, because I'm at 15, so I'm hoping that's low enough. I think
Yeah.
I'm at
You're
15
only
for my
5
high-
levels off of cap
Well, soft cap.
before light
Soft
levels.
But they're
Yeah.
getting rid of
Yeah.
light levels, so you won't have that to worry about either. I
They
mean,
shouldn't
like,
have had
That's
light
good.
levels to begin with, in my
agreed.
opinion.
That was dumb. That was a dumb mechanic, Bungie.
Yeah, it's a very awkward mechanic, to be honest. It's
Especially with their drop rates, because you're left farming. Like, chickens. What level did you finally make it to?
I'm
Are you
29 now.
29? Okay. Because you were still like 27 and I was 29. We played the same amount of time, but I ended up with better gear drops and you got absolutely
Actually,
nothing.
I played more than you. I mean, I got good weapons, and then I had to pray. And anybody who watches my streams, I had to pray to RNGesus, and he finally looked upon me and gave me an exotic because I had to. And by the way, how I had to do that, I took all of the materials I've gotten, all of them that I've gotten in the raids, all the ascendant energies, the motes, the shards, and everything. Turned everything I had into motes of light. I had 2 over. It's 23. So I went and bought the random, by the way, the random exotic from Luger. That's right. I call him Luger. But and then everybody was around me. We were holding hands, doing our little
Rain dance of
Yep.
luck.
hoping, and he gave me one. It was absolutely amazing. I felt the love.
The first exotic you got though was not for your class.
Don't talk to me about that. It was yours, and you can go away.
There's no trading or anything. Like, that's one of the things that Bungie really needs to work on is some sort of trade system. But as Chicken stated, the second you do trade, you've set up an economy and things like that. But
Not
yeah,
if it's something like, well, no, if you do it something like, okay, you two do like a raid or whatever, and he gets a weapon for you. If you two were teamed up in the raid, then he should be able to trade it just like specifically to you or whoever else was in the team. That doesn't create an economy. It just kind of creates it to where, you know, hey, I got something, you're this class, here you go.
yeah.
That I could agree with, because that doesn't actually do anything. And put a time limit on it, like WoW does, like a half an
Rafe.
hour or
Yeah.
something.
Hi,
You missed us
Ray.
insulting
Hey,
the
Rafe.
Irish culture, evidently.
Yep.
We were told it wasn't as offensive as I thought it was. So at least
Well,
there's that.
yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing with Grif is she feels that we're insulting more than we really are. And then
But-
she forgets who our friends are, and they're not as offended as we are. as
It's
she might
because,
be.
like, the internet culture, everybody's so offended by everything. I mean, come on, look at Troy Baker leaving Twitter over stupid bullshit. Really?
Yeah,
And I got
everybody.
to mention Troy.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you went ahead and name dropped him while we were
Yeah,
here, right?
yeah.
We haven't
did.
talked about him all game, so it's like
All game.
All game?
all show.
What?
We're playing a game.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Welcome
We're
to
right here.
the-
Why,
Shit.
Welcome
everybody's
to
doing
Hobos
this.
on a
And we're being
train.
controlled by people.
We're hobos on a train.
We're hobos on
Oh.
a stream.
Hobos on a train.
Hobos on a stream. Oh my god, that's our like boy band name. Great. I'm not even a boy, but I'll be part of it.
Hobos on a stream.
We can dress you as a boy and put you like a big mustache on.
Had one of those big long ones.
Mustache. There
I
you go.
beg for food today.
The new hit single from Hobos on a Stream.
I beg for
Oh,
food.
jeez. Sorry, totally derailed. Yes, but like Ivy was like, so should I stop trying to level to 34 because that's the hard cap? Yeah.
Yes.
Just wait. It's a
Yeah.
couple of weeks. September 15th, I think, is when that comes out. Yeah. Then you'll be able to level with XP
When's it
instead
coming
of
out?
stupid freaking the 15th.
Oh, the 15th.
September 15th. So yeah, then you won't have to worry about trying to level with light levels. You can just, legit level like you do in any other game that has level requirements.
That's gonna be a lot of content. That's another like half a game because you cap at 20, and if they're getting rid of light, everybody's gonna drop back down to 20.
Yeah, but they're still theoretically saying you could get to level 34 in original Destiny, and then Taken King is 34 to 40. They're just gonna take away the light levels and let you level with XP. So if you're already like 22, just because they're taking away light levels, it doesn't drop you back down to 20 and then make you level.
So what?
You're
It's
still
just
22, and then they're gonna start awarding you XP.
oh, okay. So what are we talking about? So whatever
Destiny
level
would be
you're
the
at,
answer.
yes, Destiny. So whatever level you're at when you are in your light level, it just makes you that level automatically.
Yes, like your level will still be the same level that you are. So
Okay. Light
So
levels.
so if I'm 15, I'm still stuck at 15.
Raid said light levels are not going away, but everything that I've read said that they're basically overhauling it and getting rid of light levels.
Yeah, they're getting rid of light on items.
Yeah, so you're not gonna have to worry about your light level. You're just gonna level with XP.
Yeah, everything is becoming XP based, which is nice, which is what they should have done in my opinion. So, Because
Well, is that? But if do you get XP for going through and grinding the game?
Well, okay, here's what the technicality is. Actually, I was just looking over this. You're still gonna have light levels, but it's your XP instead of gear. So basically, they're just renaming XP to gear or light. So you're still gonna get light, but it's just XP. It's not gear or stats or anything like that.
Okay, well, I try to categorize everything into my common terms, so I'm not gonna call it light levels. I'm just gonna call it my level.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like when they call it Crucible, I call it Battlegrounds, PvP. I call anything that is like that PvP.
I
Everybody
usually
likes,
just refer to it as multiplayer.
yeah, everybody likes to come up with the fancy names to make their stuff unique, and I'm just like, I don't care. It's PvP. So that's
It's light levels or XP. I mean, that's just how it is.
yeah.
Players will simply have to kill enemies and complete bounties instead of trying to gain more light. So it's still light. It's just XP, not
Okay.
really levels or stats.
So still levels. I mean, I think I even call light levels just my level.
Yeah, what level are you?
Yeah, what level?
Vault said hi, Mortal, but I didn't see
Yeah,
him.
did Mortal pop up? I didn't see
Hello,
him.
Mortal, if you're here.
Yeah, how you
Why
doing?
not?
Hi, Mortal.
Yep,
If you
There
are.
he is.
They're also adding a mercy rule, by the way. Destiny's adding a mercy rule to multiplayer matches, which is kind of nice because we have been in a few recently that needed a mercy rule. It gets painful sometimes because the gear, again, they're like, oh, all of your stats are leveled out, and it's like, no, it's not as even as you say it is. I'm sorry. Just because I'm in multiplayer doesn't mean that all of a sudden that level 12 is the same as that level 34. They're not. The level 34 has special perks and stats and things like that that level 12 doesn't have access to. It's not even. So
Well-
stop it.
Well, to put it in retrospect, and I'm ashamed to say this one, but I was killed, and anybody can kill anybody. I was killed. Don't judge me. I was
Judge.
killed by a level 2
Judge.
several times. A level
Judging.
2. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes levels do matter. Maybe gear matters a little bit.
Hmm.
But it's still, I got killed by level 2 in just a straight
That's just
shootout.
bad.
I knew you were going to go there. I am not bad. But,
You're just
Chicken
horrible.
are horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible human being.
you people.
Oak said that he'll be right back. So we'll just continue to talk about Destiny. Wow.
right.
What do you
But,
think about trying out guns, though? You get to try out, like, check out guns from the gunsmith and go and do bounties with them, which is how you're testing them out. And then
What, test
if you
driving
like them-
guns?
yeah, if you like them, you can buy them. They're trying to make the gunsmith more important. Because right now, I mean, really, if you looked at his stuff, you don't need any of that shit.
I don't get. I don't know. I don't see the point of test driving guns.
I just want to shoot people.
Like, it's like if I kind of like the finding quality. It's like I'm gonna go test drive this gun to see if I like it. I like it. I'm gonna buy it. Where's the drop aspect in that concept?
Destiny doesn't do as much loot drop as what we're used to as former MMO players, really. Because you and I, and even not even former MMOs, if you play things like Destiny, Borderlands, you're used to going in, shooting a bunch of stuff, and by the end of the raid or whatever it is that you're doing, you get a lot of loot. You get stuff for it. I mean, there's prizes to be had, but really, with Destiny, there's not. There's no guarantee of prizes to be had. We did Vault of Glass this week, and I came away with, I think, 1 upgrade, and that was it. Actually, I don't even know if that was from... Nope, that wasn't from Vault of Glass. That upgrade that I got was from Crucible. So I didn't get anything from doing our, 6-hour raid in Vault of Glass.
Yeah, I got Chatter White again,
6 hours?
and
Yeah, I think
some
we're
more
always gonna get that.
energies. So it's
So...
for me. Yeah, like Ivy said, as long as it shoots a lot of bullets, it's for me. Yeah.
Owen likes your beard, Baka, by the way.
Yes.
He
Huh?
said so in chat. One
Owen
of the
likes your
people
beard.
in chat, yep. Likes your...
Give it a nice stroke
Oh.
for the viewers.
Give it a nice stroke.
Sorry for you guys just listening to the audio. You can't see the majesticness.
I can't.
This
This
will
is
be
all
on
I have.
YouTube, so, you know.
This is all I get.
I have no facial hair, so...
None at all.
Here's my mustache again. We'll just do this. My finger mustache. That way I can feel cool. I want to be accepted into the cool facial hair club, but I just am not growing facial hair. So.
If you did, I think we would start questioning things. But
Yeah, I'm like weird.
Questioning things. What lies?
Oh, and we're getting rid of Dinklebot, by the way. I'm sure everybody's heard by now, but Peter Dinklage is out, Nolan North is in, Ghost is being completely revoiced.
Yay! I'm really excited about that. So do you so it's coming out with Taken King?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
all
they're
being
revoicing
revoiced.
everything. Like Nolan went back and did all of the lines from the beginning of the game on, so that it's continuity. You're still getting the same ghost that you were familiar with at level 1 if you're starting in the Taken King, I suppose. So you're not transitioning from one ghost to another. It's
That's awesome.
Dinglebot, you're gone. Nolanbot, you're in.
But I wonder if it's actually going to be any better, or they're just going to make him do it like Dinklebot had to do it.
Well, Nolan had said something in an interview, and I talk about him like I freaking know him. I wish I did. I love Nolan.
You did.
Um,
You know him, right?
we're like this,
You lied to me. You don't know him?
But he said in an interview there's a very fine line between giving the ghost personality and overdoing it. And so he said they finally figured out how to walk that line properly. And so I'm excited about
They
it.
did,
I love
so
Nolan.
he's going to put it, I guess it was Bungie.
Well, when he
Still-
said I'm pretty sure he meant like when I was there, we worked on this together and figured out what works and what doesn't. Not
Yeah.
all of a sudden Bungie became brilliant.
Well, I can
Well,
Go ahead.
But here's the thing too is you and I, well, Griff and I know I've watched the whole thing on the voice actors, and one of the comments that's made in the voice acting, I can't remember, it might have been even Nolan that said it. He said that there's a difference between acting in front of people and being able to act with just your voice,
Yes.
because you still got to be able to make the emotion and everything work properly. And I wonder if that's kind of where Peter Nickel had the issue. He's a great actor, but it might be one of those things. He's so it's his facial expressions, emotion, and everything else that makes it happen, that it just couldn't translate the right way. Even based on I mean, we all have the theory that it was watered down a whole lot worse, and the script
Yeah.
was shitty. But at the same time, it could have been a combination of both.
Well, no, I don't think that it was anything on Peter's part necessarily. I think Bungie had an idea of a very like deadpan kind of ghost, and the only problem is some of the way that they wrote the ghost. It's like, okay, he's sentient enough to have opinions and have a bit of feeling about certain matters and things like that, but you told him instead of reacting to what's happening to kind of read the line, because it's very much like, and then I had to say this because this is what the script said. Instead of it being like, oh my god, guess what? Something's going to attack us. You should probably be ready for that. I'm going to say it 30,000 times because they're only going to record this one clip of it, but I have some personality in it. It's like, here come the things.
I don't understand what it is you're talking about, Griff.
Right? So hopefully now it'll be
It's really
a
hard to
little more...
just talk that way. I
Isn't
gotta give
it?
props just for being able to talk that direction.
But I'm pretty sure that was a Bungie specific like direction. When he got in the booth, they're like, this is how we want you to say it. He's like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah.
Monotone and robot.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Do you think it was a Marty decision since he was in charge of sound, or do you think it happened after he was fired?
I don't know, to be honest on that one. I mean, it may have been one of his decisions, and it could have been one of the reasons that they clashed is, they're like, well, we're stuck with this now because this is what our sound designer said that we needed to do, but we didn't hear it because we trusted him and we didn't like it. And I don't know.
Or maybe he had set it up, fired him, and they'd already set up everything that needed to be done, and the people that were there left behind went, hey, this is what he said needed to be done, and then they recorded. You know? I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm glad that they're changing it over. I'm definitely glad that Nolan is the one that's taking over the voice, because I think his inflection and stuff will be a little bit different. And he's used to voice acting. I mean, voice acting is not easy. I mean, trying to show emotion in something that, literally you're doing nothing but talking into a microphone.
Well, now
and
a lot
still-
of the stuff,
well,
we're doing performance capture and everything like that. So we're getting into the point where it is real acting as well. But with something like The Ghost, it's not like Nolan, ran around on a sound stage with a little globe on his head, pretending to be the ghost, right?
Maybe he did. Maybe that's behind the scenes stuff.
That's why he'll be so much better at it, because he knows how a ghost feels. Somehow I don't think so. I just
you don't think so? Not at
No,
all?
probably not. I kind of almost want like there to be an unlockable option though for the ghost to have a really wacky voice, because he did the Deadpool voice in the Deadpool game, and I kind of want like an unlockable option for the ghost to pretty much turn into Deadpool. Be like, here come the enemies, you better fucking get ready,
One of the things that I was reading was Halo, of course, has always been a mature rating because of killing and everything else, but it earns 18 rating. What do you all think about this?
I think
I
that
know-
Master Chief's gonna hug it out.
I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, what, did we stop shooting people all of a sudden? Are we just gonna hug out our feelings, you guys?
Well, I mean, honestly, if you look at shooters now compared to like even to the older Halo games and stuff like that, those games are pretty tame in comparison because there's really not much cussing or anything like that in any of the Halo games as it is.
Well, so you think it's more of a, and this is kind of my thought process on it, was the fact that the genre has changed, so that now, based on the definition now, it would be a teen versus the way it was, 15 years ago or 14 years ago.
Yeah, because I mean, at the time when that one came out, ESRB was still going, well, you're still shooting other people, so regardless of that, it's going to be an M rating.
Yeah,
And
I mean
they're
that was the
Now it's a
rule.
lot more. Yeah, now it's a lot more socially acceptable, I guess, to go shoot people in video games.
Apparently.
I mean,
Acceptable to
because
shoot.
look how many kids are playing Call of Duty and getting a hold of these M-rated games as it is, anyways. And they're playing, the games where there's a lot more blood and violence and language and everything else. And in comparison to Halo, where there's still some of that, but it's not quite on the level of what some of these other games are.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I guess maybe it's just one of those things where I want to be kind of almost like an elitist bitch about it and be like, no, if we're gonna have adult things where we're shooting other people, then I don't want children playing this game with me. But at the same time, I know that if that's what you're gonna play on multiplayer, just like Call of Duty, that's what you're gonna get.
Get the children.
Yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of 13-year-olds.
But I got children first
just for that.
I got children first playing in Halo than I ever did in playing in Call of Duty, and it was kind of one of those. It was the most irritating thing. The first time you play against a 12-year-old as an adult, knowing you're playing a mature game is one of the most frustrating things on the planet. And what did you call them? Squeakers? Know what you call them?
Squeakers. Oh man.
So it's so frustrating.
Oh my god! I totally shot you.
Yeah, and it's like it turned around.
Last night.
Yeah, and it's like, did you really? You haven't even hit puberty yet, you little
You
dick.
even know how to use that thing? Come on now.
Yeah,
You
right?
little dick.
Literally, right?
Down there.
And now the podcast rated M.
You little dick. Get out my game. Oh my goodness.
Really. I mean, it's so frustrating. You're sitting here playing, and you hear this little squeaky voice in the background, and you're thinking, "Good God, let those damn things drop, please." So at least it's like while I'm playing against him, so he goes like, "Hey, what's up, man? What you doing, man? I just kicked your ass."
Okay,
Like, well, there you
then,
go.
At least you had puberty while this was happening.
Yeah,
Good.
this escalated quickly.
Or
High
de-escalated
pitched
quickly.
squeaking noise to freaking Barry White.
Raw.
Hey,
Oh my
baby.
god. Yeah, no, I don't know how I feel about it being an E. I mean, or
E.
teen.
Whoa.
Why not? Next Halo 6, E for everyone.
To be fair, though, I don't think it was 343 that changed anything in the game. I think it was just ESRB changing the way they looked at it.
All they would really have to change, I think one of the big things for ESRB is if you see blood, it gets an M rating. So I think probably they took away the effect of blood splatter. Or lingering bodies too, I think get you an M rating. So if you kill somebody,
lingering
if the
bodies does,
stay.
yes.
Yeah.
Lingering bodies does, but blood splatter does if it's red blood.
Yes, if it's red, which is why
Covenant blood's purple.
Yep.
Yep.
So if you're shooting Covenant, but if you're shooting other human beings, which theoretically we will be, and that's what you do in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Actually, I think most of the enemies are going to be those robotic ones from 4. And that won't be blood, and their bodies disintegrate.
Yeah, but in multiplayer, you're playing against
Fair
other people that are Spartans, theoretically, right?
Yeah, because so we're playing against we're fighting the Prometheans still.
Yeah,
basically.
and the bodies in PvP, though, when you kill them, they fall to the ground, and then when you respawn, they disappear. So they don't stay around for too long.
Okay.
Well, it could be also one of those things where it's going to be like the online is not rated by the ESRB.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
it never is.
You can't rate. I'm sorry, you can't rate. That's why in most games it's like online experiences
Are not rated.
Yeah, you can't.
Because if they
rate.
were, they'd have to be like adult only, just
Yeah.
because of some of the shit that kids say. It's like the adults aren't necessarily the ones even saying it.
I
That's
know,
the bad
right?
part about it, right? It's not even the adults that are saying the adult language. It's the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this. I was a kid once, and I said stuff a whole lot worse than I fucking do now. I'm just telling you.
Yep.
Wait, did I just say that? My bad.
Yeah. I cuss
But I
like
mean,
a
that's-
sailor, but you know what? I'm old enough too, so.
I know. We're adults. We can swear if we want.
Yeah, I had an adult tell me when I was 11 years old he'd never heard such words. So it's just kind of. I
Yeah,
guess
we
it's
could
kind
live in
of
Australia where you can't say anything.
That's true.
What? Really?
Yeah, like Australia has more strict ratings than we do. So that's why we have trouble getting games over there. That remember earlier this year they banned like 220 games in 4 months, and it's
Yeah, that
because
was
of things
ridiculous.
like language and blood and things like that. And even if you are 18, you have to the games that are for 18 plus have to be approved for you to play. So basically, it's like you're an adult, but we still have to monitor what you get. Australia, you know, the land where everything can kill you, but saying bad words is just awful.
Why don't we ban the things that kill you? That's what I look at.
Because you'd have to ban the whole country, like the whole little
Well,
continent.
well, here's
would
the,
just have to
Even
be
here's the
off
funny
koalas
thing
will
is,
kill you.
they banned
Yeah.
guns, but you can't shoot the things that are going to kill you.
Yeah, and
which is the
everything's
damn
gonna kill
animals.
you.
They can't protect themselves against their own wildlife.
Help the wildlife! We need to call in the other countries to come help us because we can't defend
They
ourselves.
can have knives, right? You know, it's just a more rugged way to defend yourself. It's the Australian way. We don't shoot
Dundee
guns.
way.
We knife things to death.
You throw the
I kind of
boomerangs
sense
at
that.
it.
It's like Crocodile Dundee has completely ruined Americans. I'm pretty sure.
That's
Because
actually
that's
the
all
first
we
thing
ever
I
think
thought
about.
of.
When we think,
Uh,
right?
Because he's
Yeah.
like, you call that a knife? This is a knife, and he pulls out like the ridiculous hunting knife.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Exactly.
yeah, that movie
Right?
just totally killed our view of Australians, didn't it?
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Romeo's gonna be listening to this, going, "Hey, you mentioned my country."
And then he's gonna come back on Twitter and be like completely offended, and then have a list of things that are like, no, they
Not
don't
true.
censor because of this. They censor because of this, and there's only this percentage of the population of wildlife that can kill you, and we don't actually use knives. We call them swords. You know, something
we call
like
them
that.
swords.
Swords.
We don't use knives. We call them fighting sticks. Actually, we
Fighting
call them
sticks.
survival sticks.
Survival
Sticks. Chicken, you play Rocket League, right?
Yes.
They're going to be adding maps to this, and they're saying crazy different maps in the future. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I saw something about that a few days ago, a day ago, sometime soon. I don't have the maps pulled up, but yes, I am. The maps are really fun, but maybe they'll add ramps or bumps or things like that to really change the dynamic of the maps. But yeah, I definitely like to see some more variety in there because they're all pretty much the same except night and day versions of the same, like 4 maps. So
Well, and that's the kind of the thing, and for those, Rocket League's the soccer one, right? The car soccer.
yes,
Okay.
car soccer.
And that's the thing that, like, I'm a soccer coach for those that don't know, and so I'm watching you play the game and I'm thinking, holy shit, this is great. I was getting into it. You can ask Grif. I went to visit her today when she was watching one of your streams and I'm yelling at the screen going, come on, please,
Yeah, it was
go on."
weird.
It gets
like-
intense. You kind of get into it. You're like, ah, but it's a little hard to control your car because when you bounce, you could bounce to the right, bounce to the left, boost forward, and like fly yourself to the other side of the map, or get stuck on the fence going upside down and just fall. It's like, where's
Rafe would like to
gravity in
remind
this
you
game?
That is football, by the way.
What, soccer?
It's football. And then
Soccer?
American
Soccer.
football.
Soccer?
It's soccer.
It's soccer.
It was invented by the English and they called it soccer. We've had this discussion before, Wraith. I'm just saying. If they didn't like the name of it, they shouldn't have named it soccer in the first place. I'm just saying.
Soccer's fired.
Yes, it is considered football in the rest of the world. Yes, it is correct on that one.
That is
Fun
fine.
fact: American football is called American football not because we use our feet, because the ball is actually a foot long, supposedly.
Again, I learned something
Supposedly.
new today.
Yeah, me too.
Yay! I did
Football.
not know that.
Hey, Crusher, how
I
are
was
you?
just like, I came in at a good time. Yes, it's the end of the show.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yep.
we're an hour and 28 minutes in.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
gotta wrap things up here.
It's so,
It is the end of the show. As usual, we do appreciate everybody that listens each and every week. You can check us out, of course, here at twitch.tv/Infinite Respawn PC for those of you listening on our podcast. You can also check us out on iTunes and podbean.com, as well as check us out on Twitter at Infinite Res PC. You can check out me personally at MDB Oak Tree or check out Grif.
At Griff Slineham, you can
Check out Chicken.
at Elite Chicken 313.
Oh my god, you guys really gotta learn your Twitter handles.
What's
Check
the
out
Twitter?
Baka at.
Baka pickle.
Look, he knows it.
Oh,
Yay!
I should have had mine
I
open.
won.
Yeah, I'm at Elite Chicken.
That's actually what I was doing.
Oh, actually, just come back to see me.
You can also check us out on our website at infinitereспc.com. Check us out there. Make sure that you do go ahead and join in on the forums. There's some great discussions going on there. I got to do that myself. I've registered, and I've talked a little bit, but I have not talked as much as I would definitely like to. But do make sure you go in there and be part of our community. We do stream just about every single day of the week now. The ones that are scheduled, though, of course, mine's Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then you can check out Chicken, Grif, whoever happens to be streaming during the week, usually around the same time. And then Chicken likes to stream during the middle of the day, and it's usually Left 4 Dead 2 multiplayer, where he does a fantastic job of stuff. And then also Rocket League that we were just talking about, which is great to watch, and I get to scream a little bit and like a little girl watching this thing. Score! Yeah, he does. He does fantastic stuff. Recommend something. There's nothing that Chicken doesn't like to play, I don't think.
What time do you usually stream, Chicken? What's your usual schedule?
Oh, I usually try to start around noon Central. Noon Central, 1 Eastern, 11 Mountain, 10
He figured out all the times.
West Coast. Yeah.
10
and 1 a.m. for Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie time.
Woo!
1 a.m. Ollie time. I've learned all of my time
Do you have
zones
race
at this
time?
point.
It's 6 hours difference.
So
Yeah.
6 p.m. for Wraith.
Yeah, that's usually when you start. And then he streams till around 5, takes a break, and is back around 7.
Yep, and then I
Central.
go till
Those are all
about 2
Central.
o'clock in the morning. So all for you late night fans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just never stops streaming. We're
Yeah,
just gonna
he
make
lives
stream all the time.
online.
I do live online. At least now you guys get to see me live online.
And I streamed
he lives on the
yesterday. It was
interwebs.
great.
Do make sure that you check them out. Again, go onto the forums, see if there's anything that you want them to play. Recommend it. A lot of times most of us, somebody owns it usually. And Chicken is actually a really good gamer. So if you turn around and you go, hey, I really like this game. Have you ever played it before? And he says yes, and said, hey, can you kind of show me and walk through? That would be fantastic. So he can go through and kind of give you some tips on some of the games that are on there. If not, then you can watch him die several times and then laugh at him and then he could go, this is how you don't do this. See how that works? It's still educational either way.
Educational if I die. Don't do it this way.
If you want to see how not to do things, make sure that you do check out my stream tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, because I do die a lot, but I love first-person shooters, and damn it, Metro is fun to play. And I have a very horrible Russian accent that I do while I'm playing the game, and check it out from there. But for Infinite Respawn, it is time to call it out. I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm
Baka.
Chicken.
Again,
really
we'll
need
work
to
on
get
an order for that.
Oh,
There might be an order for that.
all right, I'm gonna play the outro now. It's our dance time. Sorry,
Everybody
guys.
dance.
Yeah, here
Dance.
we go. Grif's not dancing. She's doing it wrong.
She's just watching us make an idiot.
Yeah.
Bad. Bad.